Yo, what's poppin', my people? It's your big homie CTG, and I'm back at you guys with another banger of a UFC 5 video. And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look and breaking down the fight between Nas UFC and Martial Mind. Now, for those of you guys that are newer to the UFC community and you guys don't know who these guys are, Nas UFC is one of the biggest YouTube content creators right now, as well as, I would say, probably the top 2 or 3 biggest content creators on TikTok as well. He's becoming more of a well-known name on UFC 5 this time around. He has a pretty big following. Somebody that I've clashed with in the past. I refused to do content with this guy for a cool minute on UFC 4 because his community there for a little bit was kind of toxic. But he's turned it around, and he makes some good tips videos, and he's been doing a good job of promoting the community as well. So, well, I give credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? He's doing his thing. And then Martial Mind is the biggest YouTube UFC content creator in the world. I mean, this guy has been around since UFC 1. Really, really good guy. Makes really dope content. If you guys haven't peeped out either one of these guys' content on their YouTube channels, definitely go ahead and go and do that. I know Marshall just dropped a video with training with Stephen Thompson. So if you guys love MMA, Martial Mind's channel is the way to go. So these guys actually met up in a best... I think they did a couple fights. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the first one here.
And
let's get it.
It was like 20 minutes late. Sorry about that. Let's get it. You guys.
All right, so you guys are actually going to hear the commentary from Marshall's video. And then as usual, I'm going to pause it and tell you guys what I'm looking at and how both of these guys might be having success against one another. So Nas is going to be in the red corner right here with Conor McGregor, and Martial Mind is going to be Ilia Topuria. So let's go ahead and get into it.
You guys have been asking for Nas UFC. Here we go. I've been watching Nas for quite a bit now, and I enjoy his content. I've talked about that on this channel multiple times. I love the fact that a lot of content he makes is, you know, tips, tricks, revealing tactics, secrets with this game. And ooh, there we go. So I fought a lot of clones of Nas UFC, like clearly people trying to copy what he does with like his combinations, the way he pulls and the way he slips and all that. And I've been wanting to experience that myself.
All right, now first thing I want to break down to you guys is look at the way that Martial Mind is fighting Nas UFC. Nas is known as a counter striker. He can be a very good counter striker if you're just walking forward, throwing ridiculous combinations. He loves to do that slip counter into those body punches. So the way that Martial Mind is addressing that straight off the rip is by throwing a lot of calf kicks. This will benefit him in 2 different ways. So if Nas doesn't address those early, it's going to force him to switch stance, which I've said this multiple times about Conor McGregor. He has a really, really low switch stance stat in the game. It's only an 89. So that'll lower the punch speed and the power down just a little bit, as well as maybe take and throw Nas UFC into a little bit of a loop if he's not comfortable fighting in orthodox. And number 2, what it's going to do is it's allowing Martial Mind to put a little bit of pressure on Nas if he starts to use the feints. He could use the lead calf kick feint into the straight, which is something that guys like Keval use really, really well. They'll use the feint calf kick into a straight. It's really, really quick. So he's setting himself up for success very early. And the second thing that I like that he's doing is he's not allowing Nas to press him up to the fence. This is something that a lot of Conor McGregor players tend to like to do, and Nas is no different. They want to walk forward and really just put you in a position where you have to throw something, so that way they have something to be able to counter. So you see here, Martial Mind is doing a really good job already of not allowing Nas to really put him on the back foot too much and force him to make engagements that he really doesn't want to make. So it's really, really good stuff straight off the rip, and we're only a minute and some change into this fight.
And we're finally doing it. So the one thing I know for sure, though, is that I don't want him pressuring me. All right, let's try to see if we can block counter that. Nice, just going to the body with that.
All right, now I want to pause it right there because he just said something really interesting that I feel like not a lot of people know. What he meant by block countering is he's trying to block counter that lead hook. If you have really, really good timing, you can block a lead hook and fire off a hook that's going to land before your opponent can actually have time to block it. They won't be able to recover in time. So that's what he meant by, let me see if I can block counter that.
Yeah, he likes leading with that right hand. I'm gonna see if I can discourage that with the block counter. All right, see, now he's pressuring me. I really don't want... There we go.
There it was right there. There it was right there. He did exactly what I just said. He ate the right hook, which is Conor's lead hand. He blocked it and immediately fired off a hook right after, within that split second, so that Nas couldn't block it. That's what I meant by that block counter. That was beautifully executed right there by Martial Mind. But if you guys don't know how to do that, or you guys didn't understand what he was meaning, that's how you do it. You block, you immediately input a hook right after, you get that block counter.
I don't want that. I think this fight's gonna go downhill really, really quickly if I let him start like pushing me back and pressuring me. Because from watching Nas, the one thing that he does very, very well, probably better than like anybody else, is he embodies that thing I talk about with Conor McGregor, where he kind of forces you into a box where if you don't do anything, there we go. Block countering him fairly well. If you don't do anything, he kind of just fucking shreds you. But if you decide to try to lash out, then he counters you. So I think Nas is easier to fight. He's not easy to fight. I think it's easier to fight if you're not letting him, there we go. If you're not letting him just back you up all day long.
All right, now what I like that Marshall did right there is he took advantage of the tempo that this fight is going at. So it's been, he takes a turn, Nas takes a turn, he takes a turn, Nas takes a turn. And how he was able to get that stun is because he went when Nas thought it was his turn. Now, this is something that I talk about in a lot of my videos, is going when your opponent expects you to be defensive. That's exactly what Martial Mind just did right there. He went when Nas thought he was going to be defensive, and he was able to crack Nas with a good shot and get a stun. Offbeat combinations, that's what I'm talking about. He threw an offbeat combination, or a combination, when Nas expected him just to be defensive. So very, very clean work right there. And Marshall's doing some not only good work up top to the head, excuse me, not only good work up top to the head, but he's not just head hunting. He's going down to the body. He's working those calf kicks. He's going high-low to create that illusion that Nas has to block high-low all the time. And that's going to create a mix-up if he gets Nas hurt. And that's what's going to allow him to potentially get a finish later on in the fight if it presents himself. But the adjustment that Nas is actually making that's really, really good is he's not allowing Martial Mind a crap ton of space. He just hasn't found the timing yet. He's walking forward. He's trying to put Martial Mind into a predicament where he makes a mistake, which as Conor McGregor he should be doing. But it's just he hasn't really caught wind of the timing yet. But once he gets that timing, if he gets that timing down, he's going to start having a lot more success, because Conor McGregor is really, really heavy-handed in this game. And if you make one mistake, you're going to get finished. So both guys are really starting to round into what they're going to be for the rest of the fight. But good job by Marshall here so far.
Easier said than done, though. But I have a good fighter to deal with the pressure. My fighter is powerful, so I can kind of stand my ground a little bit. When you're using someone that's not as powerful, it's really difficult to stand up to pressure. It can be really hard. But Topuria has the power to deal with this, so yeah, this is where I want to be. I'd rather back him up.
All right, now I want to point something out right here. Martial Mind made a really, really good point. If you're fighting a pressure fighter, obviously the thing that you want to do the most is you want to put them on the back foot and make them feel uncomfortable, which he's doing a good job of. You know, he's forced Nas to play off the back foot and he's having to go left or right. But what I really like that Nas is doing right here is he's not allowing the pressure to get to him. He's picking his shots smartly. He's not overcommitting and just launching off strikes with Conor McGregor. He's really just playing it cool, playing it patient, picking his shots, working those teep kicks, working down to the body. He's not overcommitting on shots just because Martial Mind is walk forward. Because he understands Ilia Topuria has power too. I believe he has 98 punch power. I believe is what he has. He hits just as hard as Conor. He really, really does. So Nas is doing a good job of just staying patient, picking his shots, and understanding there's 27 seconds left. So, you know, as long as he doesn't make a really, really big mistake right here, he should be able to wind out the round and really just reset everything for the second round. But overall, he's doing a really good job of fighting off the back foot patiently right here and just picking his shots wisely. Nice combination.
I'm not as sharp with my block counters today, bro. Go round.
That was a good first round. Really good first round.
What I'm feeling right now is like I can feel that he's trying to force his way into the pocket and then keep me right there. And if he can establish that, I think he's going to be just absolutely gnarly. So I got to fight like hell not to let that happen. I think the mistake a lot of people make, which is an easy mistake to make, is that you kind of fall into playing that game that he does where like you're not going to out-slip this dude, bro.
All right, now I want to pause it right there because Martial Mind did say something, and it's a common mistake, and him not making this mistake is what is allowing him to have so much success against Nas UFC. And as a pressure fighter myself, this is something that I see a lot. Normally what happens is when somebody pressures you, I've noticed a lot of people, they start to tend to go wild. They start to tend to try to slip things. They try to pull things. They try to go tit for tat with you. And that's a really big no-no. It's a really big no-no in UFC 5 especially because fights can end in such ridiculous styles. They try to answer you. And that's why he said you can't play into a pressure fighter's game because we want you to throw strikes like that. Nas wants you to throw strikes like that. He wants you to put a high volume of output out there because the more punches you put out there, the more slips you do, the more vulnerable you are and the more easily counterable you are. So if you just play it patient like Marshall is doing here and just be cool, calm, and collected, the more chance of success you're going to have against guys like Nas UFC. But where it gets a little tricky is when he's playing it patient as well. Nas is a very good pressure fighter in that he understands when he backs you up against the cage, that doesn't mean it's time to go wild. It's let me pick my shots. Let me pick my shots. Let me throw something out. Let me get you to feel even more pressured with strikes than you already feel with me just staying in your face. So it's those little intricacies that really make a difference in wins and losses against guys like this. So tip for you guys, if you guys struggle with pressure fighters and stuff like that, that's where you could be making a lot of mistakes, is going wild and just not staying cool, calm, and collected when somebody is walking forward and just pressuring you with strikes. But that was kind of a long-winded answer, but we're going to get into it.
So, yeah, like right there. I should have just backed up. I should have just backed up right there or like backstepped. That's why I like having this space behind me to do it, so that when he starts like slipping and going crazy, I can just back up away from that. But if he backs me up against the cage and starts slipping and pulling, I'm stuck right there against the cage, and he can just He is quick with that counter.
So Martial Mind just literally said what I just said to you guys. Damn near verbatim.
Look at him. He's trying to sneak his way in. Trying to sneak in.
All right.
Stay down, stay down, stay the fuck down. Thank you.
Now, what I like that what Nas did right there is he countered. He understood the distance management. He understood, hey, you know what? Martial Mind just threw a knee, but it wasn't a knee input. It turned into a knee because he got close. So for those of you guys that don't know, when you throw a teep kick or a front kick, if somebody's too close to you, it turns into a knee. It does. So he understood what, because Marshall threw a teep kick at him, but it turned into a knee. He made the read. He stepped back, let Marshall throw it again, and he teep kicked him, knocked him down, and was able to circle off of the cage. Very, very clean work. Very, very good distance management right there by Nas. Good stuff. Good stuff. What I do like from Marshall's end that he's doing is he's working that body really nicely, and he's working the lead calf kick still. He hasn't gone away from it because he knows that that's what's going to set up combinations and strikes up here. And Nas isn't really too worried about it because he's not necessarily taking so much damage that he needs to make a heavy adjustment yet. But they're just subtle things that Marshall's doing to lower that block down, right? Like his block is lower down already because he's expecting the calf kick right here, as you guys can see. But very, very just things that you guys might not notice when you're watching these fights.
Not quick on that damn blocking. No.
I like the pressure right here from Marshall, though. He's keeping him on that back foot.
I thought I was going to throw the hook right there. There we go.
Oh.
Ah! Damn it! Don't play that fucking game with this guy. Holy shit.
I'm going to let this play out because Marshall's... Actually, no, I'm not going to let it play. Marshall actually says something really interesting in the next upcoming seconds that I'll pause again. That's the game. That's the game right there that Nas really wants you to play. Marshall did a really good job of catching him, entering in with a jab hook, right? That's the quickest combination. You guys see it every single day in UFC 5 ranked. Or if you're playing a UFC 5 online, a lot of people throw that jab hook because it gets you a good amount of damage, and most of the time it can get you a stun. He did a good job of stepping in with the jab hook, but where he made a crucial mistake, and it could have really cost him, is he went a little wild with pulling. Nas pulled, Marshall pulled, then he ducked, and he ducked right into an uppercut. And that's the game that Nas wants you to play. It really is. A lot of guys, they'll do that. They'll pull, and your first instinct is like, man, I can't hit their head. I'm going to go down to the body. And then you go down to the body, they fire off an uppercut with somebody like Conor McGregor. You get caught in full vulnerability. You get knocked down. It could really be a fight changer. It really, really could. So it was a clean read by Nas that he understood, hey, you know what? I pulled. I see Marshall's ducking. Input the uppercut, blam, he gets knocked down. And really, on my end, that's Martial Mind's muscle memory, right? Because a lot of people tend to pull and they come with a hook up top or they come with a straight. So he thought, hey, you know what? I'm going to duck, but he caught an uppercut. So these are the games that guys like Nas want you to play. They do. And then once you make that mistake, like I said earlier, that he's looking for, he's going to capitalize on it, and that could be the end of your night. It really, really could. It could have been the end of Martial Mind's night, but luckily, Ilia Topuria has a high enough chin and recovery stat that he was able to survive it. But Very, very clean work right there from Marshall initially, and very, very clean work on the counter from Nas UFC.
Oh, my muscle memory is getting me. I got to fight Nas way more. I got to fight him way more. Because, like, shit. No. I'm doing things right, but, like, against this dude, it's wrong. Like, I'm not trying to pull with this guy is just fucking stupid as shit. He's too good at that.
Yep.
He's too good at that.
And now if you guys see, the momentum really has changed. It really has changed.
I got dropped hard right there, bro.
Just off of those 2 moments.
There we go.
Nice straight.
Yeah, he's good at this shit, bro.
Nice. Really, really good second round. Very entertaining stuff.
It's a fight now.
You ready to fight?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Thank you, sir. Stamina is okay. That drop kind of fucked me a little bit. All right, so he likes that. Nice.
All right, now I want to point out what Marshall Mind is doing, because he's going back to what he had success with earlier in the fight. He realizes now Nas did a lot of slipping in that last round, in the second round. So the way to combat that with slips is calf kicks. You've seen him throw a lot of calf kicks already, and we're 30 seconds in. He's thrown about 3 or 4 calf kicks, and he's landed a lot of them. He has. He's working the leg nicely. So what that's going to do to Nas is that's going to make him rethink slipping so much. He's going to have to check kicks. He's going to have to stop moving his head, or that leg is going to be toast. So Nas is trying to find the strikes to be able to slip. Marshall Mind is trying to take the slips off the table by throwing these calf kicks. So let's see the way both guys adjust here in this third round.
Yeah, I gotta hit him with that more, bro. I gotta block counter him a bit more. Yes. All right. See, now he's figured it out. I mean, that's the hard part about fighting elite players, is like you gotta like just constantly make switches, because the moment you do something, they'll like make the read right away. Like, all right, he's not gonna throw that lead hand too much anymore.
All right, now the change that you see Nas doing, just to kind of touch on what Marshall was talking about, he's throwing that lead uppercut now. He was very lead hook heavy. He realizes that Marshall was block countering that, so he switched it up to the lead uppercut, which is going to take away that counter hook. That's what Marshall's talking about. Now, what Marshall is doing right here, that's a mistake that he could have really been made to pay on. He overcommitted on a long combination string while walking forward, and his block was chopped down. He was really, really lucky that Nas didn't decide to move forward and start to put the pace on him, because Marshall would have been in a lot of trouble. But like I said, Nas is playing it cool, calm, and collected, even off the back foot, enough to understand he doesn't really want to put himself in a vulnerable spot to get countered either, so he didn't rush forward. But if Marshall continues to make this same mistake, one of these times Nas is going to blitz forward, and he's going to break that block, and he's probably going to get a knockdown, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, now he's switching to the right uppercut.
Nice body shot.
This is dangerous play that I'm doing right now. This is really dangerous. My head health is low, but like I gotta make sure that I am keeping. There we go. I gotta make sure I'm like threatening him just so he doesn't start moving forward. I do not want him moving forward, bro. I'm telling you guys, this will get bad real quick.
All right, now we're starting to see the momentum change a little bit because, and this is why that rock and that momentum switch in the second round was so big, because it took a lot off of Ilia Toporia's chin health, the Conor McGregor shots, and now Nas is starting to find that rhythm. He's starting to find that rhythm, and you could see it really apparent in the combinations he's throwing. He's throwing the slip body hooks. You know, he's going up top, body, then back up top. He's throwing this knee that he just lands right here. He's starting to get confident in what he's doing. And Martial Mind is kind of telling you what's going on inside his head. He's trying to throw out strikes to keep Nas on that back foot, because he realizes the second that Nas starts to get that confidence and walks forward and starts to put that pressure on, it's going to be really hard to stop that momentum. It really is. Because not only does he have low chin health, that stamina is pretty taxed for halfway, or not even halfway through. We're over halfway through the third round. It's pretty taxed. And Nas has a considerable long-term stamina lead on him. And that doesn't make for a good time, because he has the power and the stamina lead. So if he starts to gain that momentum and starts to figure out the timing and starts to dictate the pace of the fight, he's going to have Marshall in a lot of trouble. Nice spinning back kick.
I would have sidestepped that, bro. That would have been just bad. There we go.
Nice slip off. Nice combo right there, though.
Nice.
Woo! That's a body uppy.
I haven't really allowed him to play his game in this fight, and it is precisely because I'm backing him up. If you watch his matches, there we go.
Ooh, clean combo.
He plays it really fucking well.
Now you see what happened right there? Another combination he threw when Nas didn't expect him to. But notice the success he had right there is because he was backing Nas up. He wasn't having a lot of success when Nas was going forward, and that's why he was telling you he wants to keep him on that back foot. He landed a clean combination, and now look at the head health. Overall, they're about similar now. So now it's just as big of a risk for Nas to step forward and make a mistake as it is for Marshall. Very, very clean work from Martial Mind right there.
When he successfully pins you. That's the Conor McGregor striking philosophy, bro. That striking philosophy is absolutely brutal if you get pinned against the cage. Yeah, I think this is my round.
That's definitely Marshall's round off that drop. So right now it's about 2 rounds to 1. But that long-term stamina could really come back to bite Martial Mind in the ass. I'm not going to lie.
The right side of his face is pretty busted up. It's from those left hooks I keep landing. I mean, look at this freaking Octagon, bro. Thank you.
Popping out the jab. He's keeping him on that back foot. But Nas is now starting to throw a little bit more strikes.
Nice. Tricky. Really tricky. Again.
Nice rear hook. Now right there is a mistake. That's a rookie mistake right there by Nas. Throwing a strike while you are rocked like that is incredibly dumb to do. And it really, really is. You know, but we all make it. I do it too. But he was having some success when he hit Martial Mind with the lead uppercut straight combination. He was doing a good job of using Conor McGregor's length. Now, this is something all fight long that I've been seeing Nas not using effectively. He's not using Conor's animations to their full potential. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is he has the reach advantage on Ilya because of the move set that Conor has. We all know Conor's very, very long because he kind of extends out more than most fighters do. And that range makes him a lot longer in this game than somebody like Ilya Topuria. And Nas isn't using that range well enough to really stop Martial Mind from putting that pressure on him. Because if he was able to utilize that straight just a little bit more, or Conor's range just a little bit better, he wouldn't be in situations like he's in right now. But he did a good job for a split second there of actually utilizing the range. And then he just came back and did something reckless. But yeah, Marshall's having a lot of success already in this round.
Nah, let's let it go.
Ooh, not grappling. All right, there's that straight that I was saying. This is a firefight, ladies and gentlemen. It's a
Against any other
firefight.
player at this point, I would play a more like outside fighting style, and then just like slowly try to chip away at them. God damn it!
Nice slip. Ooh, nice counter.
We don't want this. But I'm so adamant about not backing up against this dude that like that would just, it's not smart.
Now, I want you guys to see the pace that both of these guys are fighting at. This is where the money is made. This is what everybody loves to see right here, is these firefights. Because it really comes down to whoever fires off first could knock the other person out, or it's whoever gets red first is going to get KO'd. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes this is the what I like to call the fire zone. Right? The fire zone is, hey, anything can happen. I could get KO'd. You can get KO'd. Anything can happen in this zone. And footies are being played back and forth. And, you know, your palms are getting sweaty. You don't know when this person is going to throw. You don't know. It's a tough space to be in. But these guys right here, they have the fighters for it. Nas has Conor. You know, even though he does have a stamina lead on Martial Mind, that really doesn't matter because Martial Mind has Ilya Topuria as well. So it's whoever makes the first mistake, it's probably going to get KO'd. And look at Marshall's face right here. He's feeling it. He's definitely feeling it. But credit to him. He's walking Nas down a little bit. Double jab into a straight. Nice combo to start off with. Nas is still looking for that slip. Ooh, nice lead hook. Double body hook, lead hook. Woo! Okay,
Oh,
Marshall.
That was close. That was close. This guy, who would have
Just
fucking
rushed him.
expected he would just go for it right there? That makes no sense. What the fuck?
That was tricky. That was tricky. But now look.
I did
Nas
not
is
think he was going to just go for that.
just walking forward now. Making that hook. Nice lead hook.
I don't like this pressure now. This is what I'm talking about.
That mistake, I'm telling you.
No, 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 no.
Into a takedown. Okay.
He's going to go up. No. Yeah, he wants to go up and ground and pound me.
Nice get up. That stamina is a problem. Ooh.
Okay.
Hey, that's just nail biting time, ladies and gentlemen. That's really just nail biting time.
This is a really good fight.
It really is. It's been a good fight. Both guys have made really good adjustments.
Say you're losing on the scorecard. But I don't want to play. I don't want to play a decision game. I could probably try to like force it to a decision, but like that's just boring, bro.
Ugh. I don't know who would win this fight if it went to a decision. But this 5th round could really determine that, though. Both chin helts are down. Marshall's still on that pressure. Looking for the ducking straight. Ooh, nicely timed straight. Off beat.
Yeah. He uses that forward slip to enter the pocket while you're backing up after he rocks you. That shit's smart, bro.
Now, what I like that both guys are doing here is they're popping off them jabs. They're popping off those jabs. They're building, entering into the pocket with strikes with the jab. Could be the most simplest thing that not a lot of people do. Whenever somebody gets somebody hurt, they tend to go, oh, lead hook, uppercut, blah, blah, blah. Just pop the jab off. Pop the jab off. Get your opponent, get that block lowered down. That's really what both guys are starting to do right here. And you see Marshall's about to land this jab instead of Conor.
Keeps him close to you. You don't realize how close he actually is.
Here, popping off them jabs. Nice combo right there by Marshall. Nas did a really good job
head kick again. I just don't know when.
Of throwing an offbeat straight, and there's that uppie. Ooh. Rolling Thunder.
This dude is wild.
There's that range that I was saying about with Conor.
Damn. I figured.
And there that was. That range that I was saying Nas was not using effectively throughout this entire fight. He literally has just used twice in 2 rounds to get knockdowns. That jab into the head kick. That range, at range, most fighters aren't going to land that. But Conor McGregor can land it. It's crazy. Now let's see if he can get the ground and pound finish because Marshall has no head health left.
I figured. Good fight, bro. Yeah.
That really made the difference, ladies and gentlemen. That really made the difference. Nas using that range of Conor McGregor and breaking the block down with that jab. That jab again fires off the head kick. Gets that knockdown. Is able to get the finish. That's how you do it. Now, I'm going to make 2 parts to this video because this video are 2 parts of these fights because this fight right here is damn near 40 minutes long and they have a whole nother fight to do. And yeah, me breaking it down, it's going to take me another 40 minutes and I'm not really trying to have an hour and a half long video. So we're going to do a part 2. We're going to do the second fight. But that's it for the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to slap that subscribe button as well as slap that like button. And let me know, what you guys think in the comment section of this fight. Did you guys enjoy it? Are there things that you guys learned from this? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know. Let me know. I really love hearing your guys' opinions on videos that I make. They mean the world to me. I'm not going to lie to you. But until next time, guys, take it easy. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.